Well, good morning to you. It is 6 o'clock here on your Wednesday. We are halfway through the week, so much closer to the weekend here, so much closer to St. Patrick's Day as well.
Yes, unfortunately, St. Patty's Day is not like sunny. A guy was telling me there was a time, what was it, 2012 guy, that there was like a streak of 70s during St. Patty's Day. Am I getting the date wrong?
You might be.
We're not going to break any records. Let's just say that.
No. We may continue to climb. So far, we're the 8th snowiest season on record, and we all know it's been a snowy season, so we have more snow on the way. We already have winter storm watches posted as well. Let's dive into things right now. Temperatures are in the upper 20s. It feels like the low 20s. This morning is a mild start compared to yesterday morning. Winds are coming in from the south, so this is a warming wind, so enjoy the warm temps that are on the way, but don't get too used to it. We're already pushing 36 by late morning, 11 a.m., 36 degrees. Now here's what's on the way. Winter storm watch is already posted, stretching from Grand Marais, as far north as Grand Marais, down to Laverne, even into western Wisconsin, and yes, the Twin Cities Metro included in this winter storm watch. This will go into effect tomorrow morning, expire Friday morning. Things are going to kick off. More of a rain event, change over to snow, and a brief period of heavy snow possible. I have forecast maps coming up. I'm going to run some animations here and time things out for you in just a little bit.
All right, Guy, thank you. 6:02 on this Wednesday. All green right now. Drive times are looking great between Minneapolis and St. Paul. Just 8 minutes on that stretch of 94. If you're coming from the Forest Lake area or Columbus, the split 35W, 35E, looking at 12 minutes to 694. Well, if you drive, you know exactly how this all feels. The potholes are awful, and they seem worse than ever. Our crazy winter is to blame. At least we can blame someone on it, right? Mother Nature. This morning, though, we can tell you an all-out assault on potholes is officially underway.
Yeah, they're not going to get away with these potholes. It's gotten so bad. City leaders in both St. Paul and Minneapolis have a plan to fix our streets. CC is live in Minneapolis with those details for us this morning. CC, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. You know, this freeze-thaw cycle is really beating up the roads. If you take a look here, I mean, Minneapolis city leaders say they haven't seen potholes this bad in 10 years. We're here on Hennepin Ave and intersection of Hennepin Ave and Franklin Ave. And if you just see, it's one pothole after the other. We've seen so many people drive over these potholes this morning and just dip into the road. But Minneapolis has created a plan to temporarily fix this problem. Mayor Jacob Fry says you'll notice more crews out working overtime and even weekends to fill potholes with an asphalt gravel mixture or a cold mix until this freeze-thaw cycle is over. Public Works crews will use about 250 tons of it. When the weather starts cooperating in a few weeks, crews will switch to a hot mix, which is a more permanent fix. This new plan, though, expected to cost about $1 million. While the city implements this plan, city leaders also say you can help too.
Call 311, letting us know where these potholes are, how serious, how big they are. If you can get a picture and send it in, that all helps us better help you.
Meanwhile, over in St. Paul, speed limits have been reduced. So on some of these troubled roads, so if the speed limit's usually 50, they've been reduced to maybe 20. So a huge dip there. Also, Mayor Melvin Carter is proposing a 1% pothole tax. Of course, though, that has to be approved by lawmakers and taxpayers.
You know, it's a problem, CC, when they're reducing the speed limit, they're proposing pothole taxes for our roadways. All right, CC, thanks for that report.
Well, breaking overnight in North Minneapolis, and some sad news to begin your Wednesday here. A man is dead after a fire broke out inside of a home. Fire crews say they had to force their way inside the home on DuPont Avenue North around 8 last night. Firefighters say they found a man dead on the first floor. No one else was hurt. Right now, they're working to figure out what caused that fire. We have an update to a story we broke yesterday morning. An Eagan police officer is in the hospital this morning after a crash involving a semi-truck. We learned Officer Cade Egham was merging onto I-35E north from Pilot Knob Road after 5 a.m. with emergency lights on, responding to a call. His squad car tried to turn left at Yankee Doodle, but was hit by the semi. A MnDOT camera caught the crash, but like we showed you yesterday, it glitched at the exact moment of impact. A third vehicle was also hit.
In a few hours at the state capitol, state lawmakers will have a hearing on a bill to ban no-knock warrants. The bill would prohibit any court from issuing or approving those search warrants Andre Locke, the father of Amir Locke, will speak at the House Public Safety Committee hearing. Amir Locke was killed in 2022 when Minneapolis police executed a no-knock search warrant. Well, changes are coming to Uptown's Metro Transit station. They say they're closing the indoor waiting area starting tomorrow until they can get security in place. The Uptown station is located on 29th and Hennepin. It's one of 6 transit stations. The agency is looking to add security officers too. Among the others is the Lake Street Midtown station, where just weeks ago a transgender woman was brutally attacked. The Met Council will vote on a contract today that could bring security officers to the stations by this spring.
The University of Minnesota is asking the state for even more money, saying its declining enrollment is to blame here. If it doesn't get the $48 million in its budget, the school is proposing raising tuition anywhere from 3.5% to 7.5%. New data from the last decade shows the shortage of students is a concern on every campus. One lawmaker said when the U first presented its budget 2 months ago, it did not address these concerns.
We need to address this now, and that should have been what their budgets were about. The crisis in enrollment and the fact that you can no longer put this on the backs of the students.
The U is also asking for another $950 million, part of which would be to buy its medical center on campus should the Fairview-Sanford mega merger go through.
Right now, applications are open for the Rondo Inheritance Fund. The fund is meant to help families that lost generational wealth when I-94 was built through that neighborhood. It also lets people apply for forgivable loans and money for home improvements. The link to apply is posted right now at KARE11.com.
This morning, federal leaders are trying to make the water you drink safer. The EPA is proposing new rules for PFAS. These are the forever chemicals found in several products we use and are linked to cancer, kidney disease, and several other health issues. The drinking water proposal would set strict limits on how much the chemicals can be in the water. Minnesota has similar standards already, but right now there are only recommendations and not law.
You can actually measure PFAS in people's blood, and then you can put water treatment on to remove PFAS from the water they're drinking and come back and measure their blood again, and it'll be greatly reduced in their blood. So we know that water treatment works.
You can weigh in on the new requirements right now, and a final decision from the EPA will come later this year.